Hello, Henry Lowengaard, fully equipped with 4 picks this time. My pinky is empty. And what I've done with this auto harp, this is what I call the Time Machine Auto Harp. When I got it from my friend Elizabeth, it was a perfect 1970s, early 80s Oscar Schmidt 21 chord auto harp that was in totally perfect shape. Totally perfect. And it's still totally perfect. It's set up the way it's supposed to be. I mean, I move these 2 keys over, but that's what I always do. And then, yeah, it's in stunningly perfect shape. It's like it had gone into a time machine. So I usually play it in its perfect shape form, which is the right way to do it. But just for fun, I decided to do a few tuning changes. I didn't change the chords, but I did change the tuning to demonstrate a few things. First of all, I tune it down 3 semitones, which I call C440 tuning. That's right. The frequency of the C in this is the same as the frequency of everybody else's A. It sounds so much better that way. I mean, for the people who tune down their A's to 432, well, you've only gone down like 33 cents or so. In this case, it's gone down 300 cents. So it's 10 times better than a 432. And so as a result, it's some of these guys down here are a little more wiggly and harder to keep in tune. On the other hand, it's not as tinkly sounding, and it's I like where it is tonally. And it required no hardware changes whatsoever, just your usual tuning, which you have to do constantly anyway. So what does that sound like? Well, then I changed it. I made it into a diatonic tuning that I call 6/7 tuning. And again, I'm not cutting anything, I'm just retuning strings. So in the key of C, which is how I've done it, although I usually do it in F, you take all the notes that are not in your diatonic scale of C, that is to say, the ones with sharps and flats on it, and you make all the flats sharper and the sharps flatter normally, and that's normally how I do it. But then in 6/7 tuning, I make it so that you usually have 2 strings or 3 strings that you would change in that situation. So I make it so that the bottom 2 are flat and the one on the top is sharp. So they become, like for a C7, it becomes the bottom is a C6 and the top is a C major 7. And actually, I should probably flip it a little for the ones that go in the other direction. But, you know, I can do that. I just haven't done it in the state that it's in right now. So what does that sound like? Well, all the notes that are in the normal diatonic scale sound exactly the same as they do before. So here's a C, which of course sounds like an A. So all of those are exactly the same, nice and full, nice sounding. And then as you go up and down the circle of fifths, you, instead of transposing, you change your mode, right? And of course I have a recording from 40 years ago where I'm doing this with the famous tune, what is it called? Sheep May Sleep in the Graves? It wasn't Sheep, it's Jesu Joy of Men's Desiring. Anyway, so that's that. But if I move over, this is Ionian mode. Next door to that is, of course, audience. Next door to that is a Mixolydian mode. Now you hear that on the top, it's actually playing a kind of a drone note instead of the note that it normally would play, because the top and the bottom are tuned differently. You'll hear it in this D7, which of course is no longer a D7. It's a sort of a, I don't even know what to call it. Oh yeah, I'll just go and play some of these notes. So here's like the normal G7th. Here is the C7, which is a 6 on the bottom and a 7 on the top. Here, we'll listen to it a little closer. Here's the F7. Here's the D7. Here's a A7. E7. And a B7. Oh yeah, and the B flat 7. Which actually sounds kind of normal, but it's normal. It's a different kind of G7th. The B flat 7th is so distorted that it's become a G7th. Oh yeah, and here's the A flat. It affects these other guys that have flats and sharps in them, like B flat, E flat, and A flat, as well as, oops, losing my picks, as well as the D and the A. So they all are suspended and they have extra notes thrown in the middle because, but the places that they're thrown in the middle are strangely musically logical. It's not just a random note being tossed in. They're notes that are structurally organized the way that a normal diatonic scale would be organized. So if I go over here to this B flat, what is that, Phrygian? I don't know. Let's see. This is so distorted, it sounds like I'm just playing the same chord over and over again when I'm actually playing different ones. And same thing over here. Yeah, that should be, what should that be? Aeolian mode? Yeah, because this is Dorian mode here. Yeah, very prog rocky. These guys are so close together that they only differ by one note. Yeah, so you could also go into chord reassignments, revoicings, that always use these more rich chords instead. They usually have about 5 notes in them instead of 3. So or yeah. Trying to keep this thumb pick on. Yeah, the same old two-finger trick that you can do over and over again. That works fine. Ah, yeah. So I'm a little sniffly here. So, just saying, you don't need to destroy. Oh, by the way, by tuning it down a little bit, you put a less pressure on your harp body and on your soundboard and stuff like that. So who knows? It may last a little longer without warping or doing those terrible things that happen to auto harps when they're left tuned overnight for a few years in the attic or your basement or wherever. So, yeah, that's my little talk today. I may tune this back up and do a real demo of it, just tuned down the way it is. And the good thing about tuning it down is if you want to do a tuning trick where you need to tune the string up, you have a little more leeway in the number of semitones you can go up. Normally you can go up 1 pretty safely, but in this case you could go up 4 pretty safely. Not that you need to go up that much that often. So that's my little tutorial, but let's just see if there's a fun little tune that I can turn over to finish this up. All right, now we'll move it over. And for those of you, who like Lydian mode, yeah. Alrighty, that's enough with today's tutorial. And I'll get back with more crazy stuff later. So long.